Yo, yo.
Only two types of Americans. Those who live in New York and those who wish they could.
What's goody? I am Wavy. New York, New York. Once one of the greatest places in the world, one of the greatest states in the country. I hate to see stories like this, but I got to report on it. It hurts because I am a New Yorker, but damn. And what messes them up a lot is a lot of the laws that they have on the books are not in their favor. In favor of the regular, hardworking, everyday people who seem to have to pay the most. Not only do they pay through the cost of living, the taxes, the prices on everything, through horrible policy, also a lot of the criminals are able to get away. We see the no bail system and all that stuff. It's like a lot of their laws on the books are for the criminals. Here we have a situation out in Flushing's, Queens, where this woman on the right, who's the homeowner, her parents passed, left her a house, and I guess nobody was living there. All right, you got this dude on the left who's a squatter, decides to go in there, and because of the laws they have on the books where, you know, they're very pro-renter, they're a renter state and a squatter state, I guess. This dude went in the house, claims he's been there for over 30 days. Now she has to go through the housing authority to get him evicted. Like, this is crazy. And they said on average, the housing authority could take up to 2 years, but for them to get him evicted. But on average, it's about 20 months. So that's pretty much almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to some of the footage. All right. This is going to be her, some police. No. This is the guy, one of the squatters. This is the police. And this is her. All right. Let's get to it.
I have video of you going on.
Who are these people?
Figure out the situation.
Yeah, but they're in the house, man.
Relax.
No.
To understand how this day ended.
We need the police, right?
Hold up. Hey, yo. I'm telling you this right now. I bet you she's a Guyanese.
They're in the house, man.
Relax.
No.
To understand how this day ended.
We need the police right away.
With multiple 911 calls and arrests, we have to start at the beginning.
Adele, the hardest question is how do you say your name?
We met Adele Andaloro outside the home her parents left her in Flushing, Queens. She's in the process of selling it.
No, he locked it.
But she's been locked out. She claims squatters moved in on February 6th and refused to leave.
What's it like being here knowing you can't go inside of your own home?
It's enraging. It really is.
In New York, squatters.
Her parents left her the home. Never mind all their stuff that was in there that these people have thrown out and all the and by the way, it's a $1 million home. Okay? But never mind any of that. She has to go through civil court to get them out of a house that they have no authority over. And I wonder, doesn't City Hall have records of all the titles and the deeds and whose name is on all that? Wouldn't it be a simple search to get this situated? Instead, New York City does what it does best, and it's gonna make her go through the whole legal system runaround.
Have rights after 30 days.
By the time that someone does their investigation and they do their work and their job, we'll be well over the 30 days, and this man will have stolen my home. And now she's back.
Just after wrapping up our interview, a woman showed up.
What are you doing in the house? Are you renting this house? Why are you here?
She unlocked the front door, saw our cameras, and took off.
Yeah, and by the way, also, that front door right there, that's not the front door that was on the house. They removed the front door and put this one, the squatters removed the original front door, put this one, changed all the locks and everything. And the locks, keep that in mind because that's going to come back up to play. All right? So now this is another encounter. They're on the woman's on the inside of the house. And then this is a squatter, and then there's another squatter who's going to come in.
This guy just forced himself into my house. No, he did not. Yes, he did. No, he did and not. So did you. Yeah. You broke through the front door.
Officer.
The man called the police on her.
So why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Whoa. Quick side note. She is a Guyanese there. She's like that thing. If you know, you know. Flat as agua?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. We need to go to court.
They consider this a landlord-tenant issue. And by law, it has to be handled through the housing court, not with police.
If you own this house, you would not want her inside.
I don't own this.
Exactly,
yes,
she does.
Yes, but then once again, you should know how the law works.
I do know how it works.
There's rules to it.
And that's what I'm saying. They know how the laws work. If they see an open house and they go in there and they can sit there and not have attention drawn to them for 30 days, or if they could write up some bullshit lease and all that, and they don't have to prove anything. They'll get the right to stay there. It has to go through the legal process. Like I said, could take up to 2 years. And another crazy thing I saw in this, the neighbors saw what was going on, but they didn't say anything. So within the first day and two, because when the door was replaced, that's why I brought up the door. When it was replaced, the neighbors heard it. They saw it. Well, no. It was at nighttime, but they heard it. And they didn't say anything. They saw all the activity that was going on at the house. They didn't say anything. You know, now the lady, Adela Andalaro, is trying to sell her house, and that's how she finds out.
As you got to go to court and send me to civil court.
He says he signed a lease in October, but wouldn't tell us with who.
I got proof longer than that.
Show us the proof.
But who are you for me to show? I showed the cops.
Dan with Channel 7 News. If you don't want to show it, you don't want to show it.
Come here, brother. I like that.
I would like to see it.
He didn't show me a lease.
This is a bill.
This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, so let's get to some of it. Oh, man. Come on. Fed up homeowner arrested after tense standoff with squatters stealing $1 million house she inherited from her parents, man. On top of losing her parents, so rest in peace to them and all that, but to have to go through this and potentially not having any of their belongings still there, like that's shitty as hell, bro. All right, we saw some of this. All right. Okay, so one guy was arrested, but I don't think that was particularly involved with it. All right. In New York City, a person can claim squatters' rights after just 30 days of living at a property. Under the law, it is illegal for the homeowner to change the locks, turn off the utilities, or remove the belongings of the tenants from the property. By the time someone does their investigation, their work, and their job, it will be over 30 days, and this man will still be in my home. And Delaro said, and I've gone through stuff. I know about like renting properties, and I understand how that works. Like, yo, they are pro the renter. You know, even if you're living with somebody and you try to kick them out, you're going to have to go through the court process. It's not as easy as just doing that. It sucks, but that's just what it is, you know. So they talked about the woman. During the encounter at her home, Andalaro, who was armed with the deeds, was filmed entering the property after one of the apparent tenants left the door open. So she has the deeds. And like I said, can't you just search that up on the city hall, you know, and see? And I understand everybody's got to wait their number in line, but feel bad for y'all. So after changing the locks, Andalaro changed the locks. A man who said he was leading the property, identified by the local outlet as Brian Rodriguez, so that's that guy. Returned and stuff. You shouldn't be trying to steal my house, was what she yelled. All right, so he did change the locks, and that's where I have the problem, because that's when she is, walked out like this. That's when she's arrested. So she's being charged criminally, you know, and I believe because they're saying that like you can't do that to a tenant of a residence. You can't just put them out. You need to, if you're gonna change the locks, you need to leave a lock with a key with them. You know, the whole thing doesn't make sense, especially when she doesn't own it. She owns it. He's saying he doesn't own it. She has the title, like, you know, but that's New York City for you. All right, I wanted to get to this guy. All right, so this guy is paying $3,500 to. He's Kevin Ballasty. He's paying $3,500 to a guy named Jay and $1,000 to a realtor. All right, I have some. Let's just check out what he got to say. Make sure it's sped up.
Brought into a real estate. I have receipts and everything. This is insane. I'm not a squatter. I don't even know what that word means. I'm a Marine. I was in the Marines. Blah, blah, blah. This is not my style. I'm going to call a real estate company and go meet with him right now. Matter of fact,
that's crazy. They got the payments going through a realtor, middleman, and like, yo, man.
What are you going to tell them, the real estate company?
How would you bring me into this?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kevin Sheehan from the New York Post.
Yeah, so that's just going to be him calling talk on the phone. But here, we'll get to it. DA's office fails to get into $1 million New York City squatter home as another resident emerges and declares, I'm renting. All right, so Investigators from the Queens District Attorney House went to the place. Here we go. The Post reported Wednesday that another subletter, Kevin Ballasy, so that's from the previous video, acknowledged that he was scammed into paying $1,500 to a squatter identified as Jay with a supposed realtor named David Dubone, getting a $1,000 fee for allegedly brokering the deal. All right. There's nothing in my hand that could lead me to believe this was going to be a problem like this. I was brought in here through a real estate. This is a great find. Thank you very much. And I love the place. I love the neighborhood. But I guess I paid $35,000 to the landlord, Jay. So there's all types of things going on with this. You know, this whole thing, this whole fiasco is crazy. I hope the lady is able to get back her home. As crazy that, you know, you lose your parents. I don't know how long ago that she lost them. You know, I don't necessarily know. But you lose them. They leave you a home. They've worked their whole life to get a house, to leave to you and your family, only to go there, or only to put it up for sale and find out that in the middle of trying to put it for sale, that there's people that have just broken in, they're living there, and because of the laws on the books, you can't do anything. You know, you got to go through this legal process. Like I said, on average, could take about 20 months, almost 2 years it will take to get these people out of your house. Now, imagine if it's a $1 million home, I guarantee you her family that would be a nice chunk of change in the family's pocket right now, or chunk of change. So I don't know, man. I feel, or I don't know. If you stuck around this long in the video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like. Join the conversation with a comment. Hit the subscribe button. Wave just getting wavier. Do you think the squatters have all the rights, and you know they're homeless? They have hard times. Somehow they got access to $3,500 a month and all that. But he was a veteran, so you know there's ways for that. But other people are being charged $1,000 from what I read. Another one was being charged another $1,500. So all types of stuff is going on here, and this lady ain't gonna get in on none of it. On top of it, all taking place in her rightfully owned $1 million home. So people are making money on her watch, and she still probably has to make the mortgage payments if it's not paid off. I'm not sure, refi and all that. Is she responsible for the utilities, because utilities are running there? Is she responsible for all of that? Is she responsible for the taxes on the property still responsible? And I'm sure she is responsible for a mortgage. Like, the whole thing is just upside down. But that's New York City for you. And I really don't have a last clip. So y'all be easy and stay wavy.